I'm just gonna start because I'm already here. So I've been hearing a lot of things about this band called President, and I have never heard them. Not once. I haven't even tried. I know nothing about them. All I know is that there was a huge thing like masked bands, things like Sleep Token and President, and that is how I heard about President. I've only seen pictures. I've only seen the weird mask, the little old person mask. I don't know anything about the band at all. I don't even know what style of music they are, but I would assume if it's in conjunction with things like uh what is that one? Is it Rockfeed? And what's the other guy? I can't remember their names right now. But just, the people that report on metal and rock community. Um, I would assume that this is a rock band of some sort. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. This is my very first time ever listening to President, and I can't even begin to pretend like I know what to expect because I haven't read anything about the band. I'm like, okay, well, uh, I'll get to that later, and that's where we're at. Now I'm here later checking them out. So this song said it released 7 days ago, so this would be the newest offering from President. And it's 2 minutes and 42 seconds, so if it's a heavy band, then it's going to be heavy. If it is not a heavy band, then I don't know what to expect. So we're just going to play and we'll see if I like it. The logo's pretty cool though. I will give them that. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Shakes and fucking mistakes. I can't keep it straight. I just forgot that I let you destroy me with a blood scratch through my veins, and I watch you just take away everything. I keep trying to restore me, let it all just wash away, but I'm stuck in a place that I can't escape. That's so unnerving. Truth is out and I'm oversleeping. Time for me to go home, 'cause I think I've had enough. Loosen with the shakes and fucking mistakes. I can't keep it straight. I'm at the bottom. And don't let you destroy me with a blood scratch through my veins. And I watched you just take away everything. I keep trying to restore me, let it all just wash away, but I'm stuck in a place that I can't escape. Get me out of this hell. Get me out of this hell. Get me out of this. All right. I'm so confused. Don't let you destroy me with a blood scratch through my veins, and I watched you just take away. Okay, I'm gonna stop so it doesn't go to commercial. I stopped it right in time, but okay. I gotta unpack this because, like I said, this is my very first time ever hearing a single song by them. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to President. I will say, uh, that mask, I assume is applied like a prosthetic because the way that it moves with his mouth is incredibly unnerving, and I can only imagine that is extremely uncomfortable when you're on a hot stage. But the commitment to it is very impressive, so I will say that much. Um, the song itself, I don't know how I feel about it because I don't dislike it, but I don't particularly find the clean vocals to be something that I would typically listen to. That being said, I think for such a short song, it did have a lot of elements that I appreciate, especially in this aspect. I mean, I'm okay with bands that do predominantly clean vocals. I have no quarrels with that. It's just that this specific sound is not necessarily something I would aim to listen to on a regular basis. But I do like that in this, I don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can find the right visual here. But maybe it's here. I'm wrong. Hold on. Maybe it's here. Like that specific little portion of instrumentals actually gives me Slipknot vibes. So I do appreciate that. That's very, it really just does. You can't tell me it doesn't. It does. It's like that little tidbit of Slipknot in there is what that sounds like. And the opening, let me just listen to it again so I can formulate a thought here. Like the actual opening of the song, it sounds familiar and I'm not sure why. It is in my, you know, library of songs in my brain. It's pinging another song and it's like, hey, this sounds familiar, but it sounds different at the same time. And I really wasn't expecting this to be the opening. And I think that's partially where I'm like, okay, I don't know if I like this because I don't necessarily like the way his voice sounds in this portion and in some of the singing. That's not to say that he is not talented. That is not to say that he does not do better than I. That's just me stating that every person on earth has specific types of vocals that they enjoy, and this is not my particular style that I enjoy. It's not because it's clean, it's just because I don't particularly care for his voice sound, if that makes sense. Like, there's someone out there who's like, I hate the way that this woman, I was going to cuss, I changed my mind, that this woman's voice sounds who's making these commentaries. And that's okay. You don't have to like my voice, just like I don't have to like his voice. But I think for the purposes of what it is, I mean, the song is not bad. It is definitely different than what I was expecting, especially because, like I said, my only exposure to this band has been a handful of headlines in a couple of, you know, rock and metal leaning journalists or YouTube posts, things like that. Like, that's the only exposure that I've had. So I was expecting it to be a little bit more in the realm of what I normally listen to. I would say if I put this band up on stage and we were to choose bands that would complement them. So when I say this, like let's give you an example. If I was going to put bands together, I would not put, you know, let's say Slaughter to Prevail. I would not put Slaughter to Prevail on the same roster as a band like Sunsleep. Why? Because they are so drastically different that the musical tastes in the room might not fit. So I wouldn't put President with Lorna Shore. I wouldn't put President with, Within the Ruins or anything like that. I would put President in a lineup with bands like Nevertell, Resolve, potentially Sleep Theory, bands like that, where they have a specific style of sound, which is more rock leaning as opposed to metal leaning. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that the categorization of this band isn't what I was expecting. So, and if you like the band, I fully respect that. I have no quarrels with it. I think that for myself, I would have to listen to more than one song in order to really grasp what this band is about because, you know, this being a first time ever hearing anything from them, this song could be completely different from anything else that they've ever put out. And then I'm only getting this one impression where I should, listen to three, four, five other songs to get a whole view of what the band actually sounds like. So, on a first listen, it's different. It's not bad, but it's not my particular preference of sound. And I think that as I continue looking into some of their other stuff, maybe my opinion will change. Maybe I'll have a different development on what I perceive this band to be. But as of right now, it's not where I thought it was going to be. And I'm sorry. But I do respectfully believe that if they have made success as far as they have, then they're doing something right. So I think that that is commendable. And that prosthetic mask looks like it's really unpleasant. So I commend him for being able to, perform in it. So that is also something to notate. Um, just very interesting. I wasn't expecting this at all. So with that, I will continue to listen. If my opinion changes, you'll hear about it at some other point. But for now, this is one of those like, I wouldn't listen to it again, but if it comes on, I wouldn't turn it off. So, yeah. I hope you have a good rest of your day and bye.